What is up, YouTube? Happy Tuesday. I hope you're having a great day so far. I just wanted to make this video today as a reaction to the reaction, I guess, about the last couple of videos that I made after the Georgia Tech game. And I feel like maybe some of the things or what I'm trying to get across is getting misconstrued or misunderstood. I don't know. But I see a lot of comments in there that make me wonder if they're understanding what I'm saying and what my criticisms about this offense are. And we'll talk a little bit about Dabo Sweeney too. But my criticism is the philosophy, the entire philosophy of the offense seems to be based around Cade Klubnik being the lead back, being the lead rusher. He's getting more attempts than all of the other running backs combined after 3 weeks. And guess what? It's not working. I don't know if I have to be the one to tell everybody this. Cade Klubnik is not Haynes King. He's not Lamar Jackson. But for some reason, because he busted off a 40-yard run for a touchdown a couple of years ago against Pittsburgh, now they think he is. And here's some of the main talking points that I'm hearing when I'm saying we need to get the running backs more involved. They're going, well, you don't have any running back speed. You converted a wide receiver to running back instead of going in the portal. Okay, I can agree with that to a certain degree. But after 3 weeks, Adam Randall is averaging almost 6 yards a carry. Cade Klubnik is averaging about 2 yards a carry. And there's just no threat of the run. There's so many empty back sets when the defenses line up and they see an empty back set, they know one of two things is you've eliminated literally 30% of your offense. So it makes it a lot easier for defenses to sniff this out and stop you. But it's not just Adam Randall. Okay, so Dabo Sweeney is saying, because I'm not the only one that's noticed this. A lot of people have, including the people that ask him questions in the media. And they're asking, well, what about number 9? For those of you who don't know, number 9 is Gideon Davidson. He's a true freshman 5-star running back. And Dabo Sweeney said after the LSU game, well, he only got 1 carry in that game because, we put him in there and he missed a blocking assignment, and you have to earn playing time at Clemson. Do you guys remember when Travis Etienne was a true freshman at Clemson? I do. He sucked at blocking, but he played a lot that first season. How do we know how good Gideon Davidson is if we don't even let him run the ball? He ran the ball for Georgia Tech 1 time for 6 yards. So I know it's only 1 carry, but on a yards per carry average, he was the leading rusher in that game. So look, I'm not saying that Adam Randall should be getting 30 carries a game or whatever, but we need to how do we know what we have at running back if you don't even let him try? And what Dabo Sweeney will tell you is, well, or what other people will even say is, well, maybe they don't look good in practice, Pete. Well, all we've heard from Dabo Sweeney every single week this year is that Cade Klubnik looks amazing in practice. I just don't understand why it's not translating to the field. So it's time. It's time to get a balanced run game. I don't care if it doesn't work. Try it. Because it seems to me that every time we do try to balance the offense so far this year and actually attempt anyway to establish a run game, good things happen in the pass game because the defense now has to worry about the threat of a run. This is simple stuff. Well, at least it's simple to me. So, and by the way, where's Keith Adams Jr.? He's not a converted wide receiver. He's an actual running back who's got a lot of playing experience in Clemson's offense. And when he gets opportunities, he's done pretty well. Where is he? Where's Easy E? So the idea that we don't have any running backs that can run on this team is just not true. Or at least you need to prove it to me. But just not giving them opportunities at all is not the answer. It's not the answer. Cade Klubnik, like I said, I'm repeating myself. Cade Klubnik is not Lamar Jackson. He's not Haynes King. And he's never going to be. At very best, he could be a very good manager of the game and make some. He's got the ability to move the ball downfield. We got the receivers to do it. Bryant Wesco Jr. is an absolute dog. best player on the offense so far this year. But that's what Cade Klubnik is. He should not. There is no situation that I can imagine possibly that Cade Klubnik should be getting more runs than all of the running backs on the team combined. There's no excuse for it. It's dumb as hell, and it doesn't work. If they can, look, I don't. At this point, I don't believe that they're going to change this. I don't know. Maybe they may give Randall. Now, Randall did take himself out of the Georgia Tech game a couple times, but again, he's not the only running back on the team. Why you recruit these guys and give them scholarships and just don't let them play? It makes zero sense to me. So the philosophy, I don't know if this is Garrett Riley, but ultimately it's Dabo Sweeney because he can override whatever Garrett Riley's doing. He's the head coach. So, and he's so stubborn, Dabo is. We've known this for a long time. Sometimes his stubbornness ends up being a positive thing. Other times, like this year and other years, in recent years, it's been a complete disaster. Clemson ranks 119th in total offense in the country after 3 weeks. And then people are going, well, Pete, the defense isn't looking very good either. They're ranked like 74th. Well, that's about half. That's about twice as good as what their offense is ranked from a statistical standpoint. And also, I still maintain they've been put in a bad position. They do have problems on defense. I'm not saying they're perfect. I still think their front seven is really, really good. They have problems on the outside. Dabo Sweeney said it too. The tackling is a problem. They're soft. They're missing assignments. The whole thing. I'm not saying they're perfect. But they're on the field for 10 minutes every game more than the offense is because the offense can't get a first down. So the defense is not as worrisome to me, not near as worrisome to me as the offense is. Again, I don't think this is going to change. Look, if they continue to do what they've done the first 3 weeks, they might lose to Syracuse. I know people don't want to hear that, or maybe they'll get lucky and pass it, 90% of the time like they've been doing, and Cade Klubnik will connect downfield with Wesco for 5 touchdowns and they'll blow out Syracuse. But I don't have any faith in this offense until they can show me something. I think that defensive coordinator at Syracuse is over there licking his chops right now, and he should be. And for Dabo Sweeney to basically come out, no, not basically, he did come out and say that, the loss to Georgia Tech, well, it wasn't on the offense, and he started criticizing the defense. They gave up 24 points. In today's college football, if you only give up 24 points, I say only, that sounds like a lot, but it's not really in today's college football. If you give up 24 points, you should probably still win the game if you're Clemson, with the amount of talent on that offense. So they need to look in the mirror instead of pointing fingers at the defense and say that we're the problem, because the offense is the problem. There's just no doubt about it. Nobody can convince me that the problem with this team is the defense. That's insane. It's insane to say that. And of course, Dabo with the whole, this is his thing. And a lot of coaches do this, but he does it more than anybody. At least maybe I just pay attention to him more. I don't know. He does this thing. Well, we're a couple of plays away from being 3-0 instead of 1-2. Okay, maybe that's true. I don't think it's true, but let's just pretend that it is true for a second. That also means that if you were 3-0, you're only a couple of plays away from being 0-3. It works both ways. So where is the killer instinct on this team? Clemson should not be struggling to beat these teams, or losing to them. With what they should be is winning these games by double digits, with the exception of maybe LSU. And I'll give Georgia Tech credit. I think they're a good team, but and Georgia Tech made some mistakes in that game too, but not near as many as Clemson. I mean, it was. I was there in person, and oh boy, what a sad sight that was. If it weren't for Bryant Wesco busting off a huge touchdown run, that wasn't some sort of circus. It was like a 7 or 8 yard pass that he ran for 50 yards or longer than 50 yards. So that was all him. He's the best player on the team so far. We need Antonio Williams back, but that does not change the fact that Clemson's offense is one-dimensional. And it's not one-dimensional because they can't do it. It's one-dimensional because they refuse to try to do it. Prove me wrong. Tell me otherwise. Anyway, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think about what I said. And also let me know what you think about this game coming up this weekend against Syracuse. Have a good day.